Hello guys, welcome back to another video. So yeah, I haven't done much special memory. Okay, I have done a lot of special memory videos, but I missed out on one of the people who died earlier, in 2022, and one of them is Anna Kavan, and you probably know her by EastEnders or something, but I definitely know her by other shows like On the Buses, and you probably haven't seen that show because all of you lot are young and you don't understand most of the things that I know, sadly. And because I know that people know different things and stuff, but I mean, like, if you've seen her before, you think, oh, she's been in EastEnders, she's the sister of Barbara Windsor character, whatever, I don't know. I haven't seen EastEnders, but I mean, that's all I know about EastEnders and Anna Kavan. So, okay, so today I'm going to react to a On the Buses thing that is nothing to do with the actual show, but it is to do with the show, but it's not really. So that's what I'm going to react to later on. But first of all, I haven't really got much to say about Anna Kavan, but the thing is, I over time, like, I watched loads of shows, and I used to like shows and stuff like that, like On the Buses. For On the Buses, for example, like, because once I only liked slapstick and funny lines and stuff, but now over time I actually understood all of it, like all the stuff in On the Buses. I understand the lines, the sense of humour, and then I loved it. I loved everything, not everything, but I loved the sense of humour. I loved every single scene with the family, especially the Butler family, and yes. Okay, without that out of the way, I'm just saying I'm not a huge fan of On the Bus, but if there's a big chance that because recently I went to a DVD store, a record store, and I had loads of DVDs, and there wasn't much. There was definitely loads of Star Trek films, Carry On films, whatever films, but there wasn't much On the Buses films, and some of them you can watch online, and some of you can't watch online, but just on TV. So there's not really much things to see On the Buses, so you probably do know because you haven't seen it and you had never heard of it, but I know some of you have, so I'm just saying. So I got the first one, the first movie On the Buses, and I'm going to show you it right now. Okay, so yeah, so this is the first film of On the Buses, and that's it. I got it on DVD, as you can see here. I got it on DVD. I don't know why the lightning is not very good, but you can tell. I'll give you another image of the poster, but I don't know why you can't really see it. But this is On the Buses, the first movie, and then there's Mutiny on the Buses, and then there's Holiday on the Buses. But I only got the first one, and probably because there's not much old films now and then, on the holiday times on TV and to tape, because I do on catch up, but the thing with catch up, at the end of the day, it gets off the streaming service some years later or something like that. So that's why I tape these sort of things or buy it on DVD. So yeah, she's in that film. And she used to be in other TV shows that I didn't really know about, like shows that not in Bread, but I know she's not in the TV show Bread, but she used to be in one of those early 70s, 60s shows, I think it was. I haven't seen any of them, but I know she's in it, and she plays a small role as some of the background characters in some Carry On films, especially Carry On Camping, some of the students in there, the girl students, so if you watched the Carry On Camping film, you know what I'm about. So yeah, Anna Kavan is a really popular person, not popular than Peter Sallis or Olivia Newton-John, but she's really well known as you know, On the Buses, EastEnders, whatever. But yeah, she sadly died in February time, 22nd, 2020, the 22nd, I don't know, probably the 21st, 2020. I'm just saying these words, I don't know what I'm on about. I do know what I'm on about, but I'm just saying I can't say things properly. Yes, it's 22nd of February, I think it was last year. You probably watching this in 2023, but I mean, like, I'm making this video around October time. I'm making every single October time sort of videos, and it's actually released next year in 2023. So I'm so sorry if I'm confusing you. But anyway, okay, so just clear this out of the mind. Clear this out of thin air, and because I watched some films to do with mines. Not really. I don't know why I said mine. Probably because I've been playing Minecraft. No, I'm not even lying. I have played Minecraft today, and I need to just. I thought after playing Minecraft, I need to do work, and then I need to think of what video I had to do, and then Anna Karen came up in my head, and I really want to take memory in her, because if I don't do that, people will get cheesed off, or people will just think, hang on, did he forgot somebody? I'm not really sure. And then when I see a new video, I think, oh, right. So yeah, here I am, doing a special memory video. It's quite boring when you think about it, because loads of people think, oh, he's doing this sort of thing again. Oh, he's doing this sort of thing again. Oh, he's doing this sort of thing again. It's like, I don't know. So yeah, that's all I got really. This is the actual news about Karen, that she actually, and I remember this, she actually died in a fire because she forgot to, she forgot about the cigarette. It's dreadful. Okay, I'll let you watch it, because I don't want to really discuss about it, because I just don't want to, you know what I mean? It just puts me off watching on the buses. No. It puts me off because that's the reason why. Because I don't really want to know. I do want to know, but I just don't want to. Oh, fine, you watch it now. We'll go on.
Firefighters were called to Windsor Road in Ilford shortly after 10:30 last night. The 85-year-old was best known for her role in the 70s comedy, but also appeared in EastEnders as Aunt Sal, sister of Peggy Mitchell, played by her lifelong friend Barbara Windsor. Martin Stew has more.
Isn't he a lovely baby, Jack?
Hey, quite body, isn't he?
Yeah. You sure you got the right one?
A sitcom superstar in the 70s
Sal.
who returned to the small screen in EastEnders in the 90s and noughties. Anna Karen passed away last night in a house fire at the age of 85. Neighbours in Ilford called the fire brigade at 10:30 after reportedly hearing cries of "help me" from inside. Anna, who relied on carers and used a wheelchair, was confined to the downstairs of her terraced house. 20 firefighters brought the flames under control within an hour, but were unable to save her.
I still actually can't sink into it that she actually gone now. What can you do in it? Bless her soul.
It's not believed the cause of the fire was suspicious. It was in On the Buses that Anna Karen became a household name, playing Olive, the downtrodden wife of Arthur.
Selling railway tickets is highly skilled work. What on earth would she do?
And sister of cheeky chappy bus driver Butler.
She's working on the buses. Something gone down the wrong way, love.
That bit of news did.
On screen she was often the butt of many jokes,
And there's your ticket.
but friends who laughed and worked alongside her remember a warm and funny woman.
I'm so heartbroken, like everybody she knew, is how God chose for her to leave our world. But let's just celebrate her legacy of laughter, because she left us one and she had time for everyone and a smile for everyone.
In more recent years, she returned to our screens as Aunt Sal,
Every time a problem presented herself, she'd put on her slap.
Peggy Mitchell's sister in EastEnders.
We're her family. We're here for her.
In real life, she became best friends with Barbara Windsor.
You always was an interfering old cow. And you've always been a stubborn old goat.
Her agent tonight saying the only comfort is that she's been reunited in heaven with her pal.
Now, are you ready to come home?
Anna Karen, the star of On the Buses and EastEnders, who has died aged 85.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I know it's probably not the best. Oh god, it's all dark now. There, it's done it now. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. I know it's not the best, but trust me, I was going to make this special memory video sometime later on, but then another person does, and another person does, and another person does. So yeah, I really did like her in playing in roles, even though she's not that well known and she's not really that best actress. But we had to, I think I had to put it down to this list of special memory because I'll forget her, and I don't want to forget her because she's a really good person. She's really good at acting. Apparently, I did like her only in On the Buses because I haven't seen anything else that she's in that she's really good at it. Because I watched some of the Carry On films that she's in, and she didn't do much. So that's not really, So yeah, at the end of the day, she is a really good actress. She is a really good person, but I'm not sure what else to say about her really. So anyway, that's all I want to say. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.
I was born in South Africa. I did a little bit of work there with the South African National Theatre. Then I left, came over here and went to a drama school. I got a couple of tours of Lilac Time and all the big musicals, mainly doing stage management. And then I came and decided to settle in London. I got a few small parts like barmaids and prostitutes and that sort of thing. So I decided to dye my hair, so I thought my career would change. And I got a Carry On film, and I met Barbara Windsor. And she asked me to audition for a series called Wild Wild Women, which she was shooting for the BBC, which was written by Ronnie Wolfe and Ronnie Chesney. And about the third day of rehearsals, I had flu, and I just looked like death. I had no makeup on, I hadn't combed my hair. Walked into the rehearsals, and Wolfe and Chesney said, "You're just what we're looking for." And it sort of followed on from that. They never even auditioned me. They asked me to read in a part in the other series when someone was off. Tony Palmer was off, and I read her part just for the rehearsal. They were obviously testing me, and I got On the Buses. I was the only person who didn't audition for On the Buses. I was just so excited getting a series, I thought automatically it would be a hit. But I remember that it was actually the second series that it went straight to #1, and then we sort of knew that we were on to something quite big. And we were all instructed we were not allowed to make commercials because, there would be a big commercial. Never came, but we were told we couldn't make commercials in case this big commercial came. And then we sort of started getting fan letters, and that's when you knew. And then I remember London Weekend Television, because it was late 60s, it was the hippie period. And I'd just become a hippie. And then I got called in by the head of London Weekend saying, "You cannot travel on the train like that." And I said, "Why not?" And he said, "Because you're recognised now." And that was when it clicked to me that there were certain rules and you had to conform, and it was successful. I had a poisoned foot, and my foot swelled up to about this size. And so I couldn't do any location work. It all had to be done in here. And I always remember them calling a doctor and the doctor saying to me, "You can't step on that foot, I shall have to amputate it." And I thought, oh no, my first day on the film. At any rate, it eventually went down, it was all okay. But of course I didn't do any location work because of that, except the motorbike routine, when she was being driven to the hospital and the bike separates from the sidecar, which they shot on the last day of the film in case there was an accident. And you see it and you think, what are you steering with? I was steering with 2 pieces of string, and I don't drive. And so all those screams were real. I was absolutely unbalanced. I was, But I mean, it worked out to a lovely sequence. It's the one that everyone remembers. They always talk about the motorbike sequence. We didn't see any rushes. We didn't see the film. I went and saw the film at Wood Green on the North Circular. It's now Jehovah's Witness Hall. I don't know if that's justice or what. But I sneaked in one afternoon with my husband. We just drove in and sat in the back row and watched it. No premiere, no nothing. Because they sneaked it out. They thought it was going to be a failure. Did you know that? Yeah, they thought it was going to be a great failure. And so there was no premiere or nothing. And that's how I saw it. Having had the baby in the film, I never had the baby in the television, which I thought was a bit strange. I was just highly relieved because I couldn't have stood this child screaming over my lines any longer. But nobody ever asked. Nobody ever asked what happened to the baby. The baby appeared in the film, appeared in Mutiny as a child, I think appeared in Holiday, yeah, as a child, but never appeared in the television, just wasn't there. But also Holiday in the Buses was made after I divorced Arthur in the series, which again, because I divorced Arthur in the series, and then we did Holiday together afterwards, and it just seemed to be two separate worlds. It was quite extraordinary. Nobody sort of worried about it or asked about it. Perhaps people just accepted things then. We weren't in the analytical state of our art that we are now.
And the actress Anna Karan has died in a house fire in East London, aged 85. Firefighters were called to the blaze in Ilford last night. She was best known for playing Aunt Sal in EastEnders and Olive in the 1970s sitcom On the Buses.